Morning guys, right, day 3/2 or whatever day we were on of the Big Afghan / Iraqi / North African build. Things are going well. I've been getting to bed late, so waking up's been particularly difficult unless you have a dog that decides to come and bark at you at 5:30 in the morning to go out and have her breakfast. So from that point of view, I've been up pretty easily, but there we go. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about my personal life, I'm here to talk about my hobby life. And there's been lots of progress made. I'm happy to say that the marketplace, essentially from the construction point of view, is finished. So here we go. Everything is glued in place, everything has been stippled, and my goodness, am I fed up with stippling. Particularly in closed spaces. I don't mind open spaces, but this sort of tight, sort of in these small gaps, very, very frustrating. My only issue that I've had across the whole build is that when I came to put on the side wall for the mosque, and then I tried to put in my first floor, which should sit about here, I found that I couldn't get it in the top. So I have decided not to include it and just to put on the roof, the main roof, and so it looks particularly, it looks a bit odd, but to be honest, it does the job that I want it to, so I'm not too worried about that. So the only thing left to do with this really is to put a fine coat of sand on the sort of the base, on the walkway. And then really from that point it's going to be painting and detailing. So I've got the canopy to paint and to put the foliage on, which should look good. I've got the woodwork to do, I've got all the fabrics to do, painting those. I plan to put some prayer mats on some of the roofs, put perhaps some jars or pots and things like that. So really it's just fine detailing work, which I'm not going to do anything on today really. I'm planning to leave that until I've got things on the compounds that are drying, that I can be sort of coming back to this and doing some work, because my main aim for today is to get the compounds done. Now yesterday in the evening, while I was letting things dry, I made a start on the walls, and I cut out some 8 by I think that's maybe a couple of inches wide bases. I sanded them down and stuck some walls on. These are about 2.5 inches high, these walls, and as soon as I've now they're all dry, I can start putting the details into these. I can start etching places where perhaps the outside coating of the wall's been chipped away and you can see some brick in there. Start putting some bullet holes perhaps in there. For some of them I'll have sort of blown out sections, for some I'll have caved in walls. So that's sort of the project for today. Cut out some corner pieces like so. I think they look kind of pretty. And I've just been putting some walls on. Some will be, as I say, caved in, some will be standing. One of the things that I got from cutting out those corner bases was some small little squares, which I was going to just throw away, and then I thought to myself, well, what if I use these? And I like to use as much as I can, because it is, you know, you pay money for it, so you might as well use as much as you can. So for these little squares, I'm planning to build up some rocks on them, or some small little plants, shrubberies, not that we're the Knights of Saint. But I'm going to do those and then scatter them across the board just to break up some of those big open spaces. The other night, which I told you about yesterday on the first video before I forgot to continue recording, but the other night I watched Commando on the Front Line, which is a documentary series that ITV did about the Royal Marine Commandos, and I'm wearing my t-shirt today in support, and you might notice I wore it yesterday while I'm just being keeping the continuity going of the videos. But anyway, so I watched these videos, and in the last 4 episodes they have footage following a young Royal Marine officer out in Afghanistan. And so I took a lot of note of sort of the compounds that are there in the terrain, and I noticed that the part that they were in was quite hilly. So my plan today is also to make a fairly elongated hill, which has got the curves, but it's also going to have a flat top, so that I could put things like snipers up there, that I could put heavy support weapons up there, that I could put spotters up there, things that may just have a little impact on the game. So I'm probably going to build at least one of those, maybe even two. One of the things that I've been struggling with is trying to envisage what my table is going to look like, and for anybody who builds terrain, that's quite an important thing to be able to do, so that you can plan what you're going to build. Well, I haven't really done that, and I feel sort of a little bit bad about that. We'll see how it turns out. It could be that, you know, I might still be building into next week just to kind of fill the gaps and stuff. But my plan, roughly at the moment, is to have a road running diagonally, or fairly diagonally, across the table. It's only a 4 foot by 4 foot table, and in one corner I'm going to have the marketplace, and then on the other side of the road I'm probably going to have these compounds spread around, and then back on the other side I'll probably have, on the side of the market field, I'll probably have some fields and stuff, and this hill. And that's sort of the plan at the moment, and hopefully I'm going to stick to that. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so today should see a lot more added to this table. In fact, I probably won't bring the marketplace back just because I won't have enough space for it. But please keep following us, or me. Keep liking things, commenting. I love to hear your comments. Thank you for all the support, particularly to Andy Dodson, and I hope I've pronounced that right, who is the co-author of the rules that we're writing together. And you know, he's been helping me out a little bit with this as well this morning, so I'm very grateful to him. And yeah, I'm going to crack on because I need to grab breakfast quickly before getting started on the compounds. But you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Well, I'll speak to you tomorrow, and you probably won't see me, or I won't see you. Anyway, take care. Bye.